So now, this is the piece. You hear these words, and we know, because we can feel you have a different response to these words that you've just heard us speak. Because everyone in this room is in a slightly different place. And so you're receiving this understanding from us from wherever you are. That's just the most natural and the most wonderful and the most perfect thing that could ever be. You are where you are, and that's okay. You are where you are, and that's okay. You are where you are, and that's okay. And there's no ending to how much better the okayness can be. So you hear these words, and you're getting them at some level of your being. But let's say that you're having some thoughts about some things that are worrying you, and you find a way to separate yourself a little bit from those thoughts by the same kind of distraction that you would use if you were trying to help anyone feel better. So you manage some sort of effective distraction, and then you get some good sleep, which is really good distraction because your point of attraction really subsides while you are slumbering. And then you awaken with an impulse to take it further by quieting your mind. And so you do. You sit and deliberately quiet your mind. And because you've quieted your mind, and because your life has caused your desire to be stronger than it's ever been before, and because your inner being, therefore, is calling you in a stronger way than ever before, because your inner being calls you proportionate to your desire, so your inner being is calling you in a more powerful way than ever before, and you're in an interestingly, maybe new to you, maybe even surprising to you, place of less resistance, more allowance. And so your vibration does rise, and this is the important thing. You are aware that your vibration is rising because you can feel the lightness in your being. Maybe you're feeling some thrilling goosebumps. Maybe you're feeling some clarity. Maybe it's not all that fantastic. Maybe it's that you're feeling a relief from resistance. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if it's a relief from resistance or actual movement that you feel in energy. Doesn't matter, because you are where you are and it's all good. You hearing us? But because you've consciously acknowledged in this semi-conscious state, semi-conscious meaning your consciousness of your inner being is really pronounced and the consciousness of your beingness is less pronounced. You know, briefly, don't think too hard about it, that you have shifted your point of attraction. You know it. And now, because you have, your what you call normal life, the way your life has been receiving circumstances and events, is shifting too. You're going to have different manifestations. What do we mean by manifestations? Manifestations are emotions. That's already happened to you in our scenario here. Thoughts are manifestations. Impulses are manifestations. And what happens next in terms of what explodes into your life, in terms of people who come to you and their attitudes, those are manifestations. So what we're getting at here is when you have made a conscious decision to allow your vibration to rise. Did you notice that Esther did not find words when you've decided to raise your vibration? That's never what we are projecting. When you've made a conscious decision to allow your vibration to rise, because like the cork that bobs on the surface of the water, it's natural for your vibration to rise. It is not natural for the cork to be waterlogged. When you hold the cork under the water, that's your attention on something unwanted. When you don't do that, your vibration will rise. So when you have this natural response to your vibration having been allowed by you to rise, and then you connect the dots and acknowledge, because I allowed that, and because it was easy in that scenario, because I felt better and I got a good night's sleep, and then I deliberately quieted my mind and I felt the emotional response to that, and then I noticed what happened next. Now you've got it. Now you've got it. You will never be flying blind again. You will never be in the dark again. You will never be pinching yourself off from guidance again. And nothing less than that will do for any of you. You know too much. Your source energy knows only that, you see. So when you think opposing thoughts to that, You're deliberately pinching yourself off from the whole of who you are. We know this was really a leading edge conversation, but connection to who you really are, until you do that, you don't have anything to give anybody that's of value. You can only give grief. How are you today? I'm a grief giver today. Spreading the grief. How do you know? Because I feel crappy.
Thank you.